Hello, Murray Newlands here in Mountain View at Startup Grind with YourStory, speaking with
Perry Gorman
from
Archively.
Now, your startup's doing well. You were able to speak here. I've heard a lot about your startup. Lots of people know about it. How did this come to be?
Well, so I'm speaking here because I was actually one of the first chapter directors of Startup Grind. My startup came to be because I spent 13 plus years in the executive search industry. And just to kind of say what Archively is like Evernote about people. It allows you to build digital dossiers about anyone from anywhere on the web. Mostly from the point of view of sourcing candidates, but it's a workflow that personally I've replicated in multiple areas of networking, researching investors, researching press, etc. And it's kind of what I would say, like, I'm an Olympian at that.
Okay.
And so this product sort of embodies what I know best.
So you had domain experience in the recruitment executive search space. You didn't have the software tools available, so you created something to help you fulfill that passion of that part of life of researching people that you needed to know about.
So what I've noticed was I looked at my workflow, and what I had noticed was from when I first started in recruitment, I had a paper directory, and we used to go through with a highlighter and figure out who people were, and then get on the phone and pretend like we were someone's sister planning a surprise birthday party to figure out who worked at a company. Really, that actually happened, and. Now, there's actually so much information about people on the web that it's not about finding people, it's about how do I curate what's relevant from that research to what's relevant to me, and how do I store that over time? So we're all very interested in real time, but how do I actually create a work product that will have a lot of ROI over time?
Now, you got funding. How did that come about?
Funding is a funny thing because I think everyone has this idea that you kind of just show up to Silicon Valley and you walk into someone's office and they write you a $2 million check, and that's just kind of not how it happens. In the beginning, when I first started my company, I had some very good friends out here, people that had well-funded companies advise me on the path. I put together a really strong advisory board in the beginning,
right.
And I had them give me my first money. So once you kind of have a few people that are a yes to giving you money, more people are a yes to giving you money.
Absolutely.
And I did it in kind of an untraditional way. I mean, not that the terms are untraditional. I did a convertible note, but it was sort of, I went and cherry picked particular people, and I asked them all to come in specifically.
What specifically did you look for in those advisors?
So, in all of my advisors and investors in general, all of them add some kind of strategic value to what I'm doing. So some of them came from the recruitment space. Some of them were entrepreneurs that had sold companies. I have a number of investors who are pretty hardcore engineers and run, venture-backed, A-list startups. And for me, it was... even if it was only a little bit, their time is almost more valuable than their money. Right. So it was all very strategic, and people who were going to help me and make introductions for me and interview engineers for me and really be behind supporting the growth of the company.
Is there one person who you see helping a lot of startups that you think, I wish I could get them on board or reach out to them? Who would be one contact you'd really like to make?
One contact that I'd really like to make that I don't have already. I'm kind of blanking on that question. Well, I'll say that I just interviewed Burton Goldfield from TriNet, and considering, I said to him when we had our prep meeting, wow, I would love for someone like that to mentor me, because his breadth of experience and the depth of what he knows and where he's taken companies, but even more so that he's someone who shares similar values to me. when he talks about building an enduring company, and he talks about value and not just valuation, and doing things because it's what you want to do as opposed to not just what investors want you to do. Those were all things that really resonated with me pretty deeply, and I'd love to have someone like that around me.
Fantastic. I hope it comes true. If people want to reach out and connect with you,
I'm super approachable.
What's the best way of doing that?
Actually, Twitter. I respond to everything almost immediately. So it's at Be the Butterfly. I know it's old school. It's a long story, but it's what it is. And I have too many followers to change it. So BETHE Butterfly. My email is Perry with an I at archive.ly. All my contact information is on the internet. So just Google me. It's easy.
Perry, thank you very much. I'm Murray Newlands with YourStory. I'll see you next time.